Welcome, everyone, to our Unmute and Recharge today. We have some fabulous CITs presenting with us. We have Olivia Marroquin, Susana Barbosa, Jacqueline Elizondo, and Marisol will not be joining us today, but we will have those three ladies working with us and sharing some awesome tech integration with you. Please keep your mics muted. Feel free to type questions in the chat. Valentine and I will be there and answering, and Marco as well. If you have not registered on the PD system, make sure you register. The session number is 300-168. And I did put the link in the chat as well. So you can just click on that link and register and make sure you sign in with the remote check-in code PSJA Tech. So we're so happy that you're here with us today. And I'm going to turn it over to Olivia. I'm so excited with what Olivia is presenting. We were at UTech last week. I'm sure she'll mention that. And this is one of the things that they used and learned. So I was very excited to see that. So I am going to stop presenting and turn it over to Olivia.
Good afternoon, guys. I want to preface this with this was an hour and a half training, right, Debbie?
Yes.
So this is just like a quick bite. If you need any more, I can get with me, like Valentin says, message me and I can help you out. But this is just like a 10-minute quick review. Let me share my screen. So I did get to go to UTech last week and it was amazing. And one of the most impactful presentations that we had, well, at least for me, was the Canva lesson board. I thought it was amazing. I've only had a week to try to implement, so I'm not the best at it, but it has a lot of features that I know everyone will enjoy. One of the things that was really exciting was, first of all, what was the Canva lesson board? It allows you to have all the resources that sorry guys, all the resources that you may need for your lesson, all organized into one central area. And the way the presenter said, it's all things that we need to write in our lesson plan, and what's happening is we're writing in our lesson plan, then we're writing in our slides, and we're writing it on the board, and we're writing it everywhere. And one quick way to have it ready would be through the Canva lesson board. And guess what? You need to share with your admin and make sure that they're in the loop. You can always share the link or share a copy of it. So this gets you covered in both ways. One of the features that I really enjoyed is that it allows for a smooth transition it could be from one activity within the subject or from one subject to another. And like I said, I only played around with it a little bit, but one of the things that I was able to get from it was, of course, you have your name, you have your dates, you have your agenda, and you have all the things that you can do. It allows you to, whatever videos you have or PDF, it allows you to have them there. You can have an image of it, and you can have a link that you just click and it plays the video there from there. You have an option to expand it. To expand it into and play it from there. Or you can, of course, when you click on the link, it allows you to open another tab and navigate to it. You can even add PDFs from your Google Drive. Caveat there, when you're adding a PDF from your Google Drive, you need to make sure that it is visible to, yes, it is visible to everyone. That way, if you're sharing this with anyone else, they can, like a student presentation, they have access to it as well. For example, if it's your drive and a student clicks on it, they're not going to have, you're going to get that little reminder that someone wants permission to get into your drive, versus if you automatically make it available to anyone with the link, they'll be able to see it without a problem. You can even upload other Canva presentations. So like I said, it allows for a transition between a subject or even an activity. And the gentleman was kind enough to share a template with us. So this was mine, is not the best, but his was amazing. and it had a lot more features, and I included a link to it, a QR code that'll help you get to that page. And this was kind of like the template that he had shared with us, where you can add videos, PDF, and all that. I'm going to show you something really quick in Canva, because one way that he taught us to share videos was you're going to right click on the gray, and you're like, what are you talking about, Marroquin? So this section right here, that's gray, whatever video you would want to share. I'm in pre-K3, so my search history is a lot of Dr. Jean. So I want to add this because we do this every morning. So if I wanted to add this, I would come up and get the link, just like you would add it to your slide. Oh. And in order to put the video so it can come out straight into my lesson, I would right click on the gray and then adding my link. Oh no. There's just my link, but if I want to put the actual, I need to right click here and add it there. And then that's how the image appears inside, the way I did it on mine here. Now, disclaimer, there are some laptops where you're doing the steps completely right. You're right clicking on the gray, but it will not add the image of the video, or I'm not gonna say any names, but Dell was one that gave us trouble at the presentation. So if you still wanted to include like a image of what the PDF looks like, I know you already added the link and they can your students can access it. You can always just take a screenshot, guys. And I have it in my tool, like it's right here pinned on my taskbar, and I would just, if you're having trouble, take a snip, and then you can come back and add it to your presentation and then adjust the size. I personally work in pre-K3 and they are very visual learners. So anytime I include instructions, like I need to include images. So this was very helpful for me. And in his template, he shared like a lot of strategies and some of the things that he does with his presentations, which I thought was phenomenal. Another thing that I'm sure you guys are familiar with, and if not, just so you know, heads up, there's plenty of lesson plan templates already available on Canva. You don't have to go and reinvent something. They're pre-made and you can always adjust them and edit them to fit your lesson. So there's science, math, you name it. If you go into your Canva and you go into lesson plan, it gives you so many categories you need to filter through. And then there's actual lessons available too. On and everything and anything. And remember, Canva is a tool that is free for educators, so let's make sure we're using what's available to us instead of paying for other things. What else? Oh, we also went to another presentation, and one of the presenters showed us a very amazing AI-powered tool, and it was called Magic Media. So basically, it's part of Canva. It's integrated into it. And I know last week I was like, oh, look, guys, there's apps. So you would find it like in your presentations, you could go to apps. And I've been messing with it a lot, so it's towards the top of mine. But it helps you generate images. Like you tell it what you want. I don't know. Oh, cat. This is the example she gave us. So maybe a dog. Whoa. And then if you want to give it more, right now it's generating, but if you wanted to add more detail to it, you could put a dog with a basketball, a dog with something that goes with your lesson, and it would generate it and you'd be able to just integrate it there. I don't know. A dog reading a book. Why not? So it uses the words, the filter that you put to generate images that would best fit into, oh, adorable. Let's add him. And there he is. So you can adjust, you can do whatever you like, you can even delete. And that was an amazing tool that I thought was amazing. It even works with videos. But yes, I had a blast with all these tools. We played a game, an alliteration game. So the kids were telling me like different things to put in, and they had a blast. They're like, "What? It's just making it." I'm like, "Yep." So disclaimer, the children really love it. So if there's any questions, if not, thank you guys for giving me the time. Let me stop sharing my screen. I'm not sure if there are any questions. Whoa.
We don't have any right now, but thank you for sharing those cool tools. And
Like I said, it was a quick breeze, but if you need an in-depth tutorial, let me know. Just give me a message and I'm available to you guys.
Awesome. We appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
All right. Well, thank you. If you have questions, go ahead and put them in the chat as well. And before the end, we can get those answered. So up next is Susana Barbosa doing Blookit. So take it away, Susana.
Hello, everyone. Let me go ahead and share my screen. One of the things that I liked about Ms. Marroquin's presentation is that with the district, I can't access the IA, the chat GPT, but with that, the Canva, I can. Like I'm able to generate things. So I love that. Okay, so I'm doing the Blookit. And Blookit is a game-based learning platform that offers immersive gameplay. So what I like about this is that students learn, teachers can gather data from it. Kids love it because it's, like I said, a game-based. And so it keeps the teachers with, even though, it keeps the kids and the teacher like with progressing, like it'll give the teacher information so they can see where the kids need more help in, who needs help with certain areas, who didn't learn the material. So that's what I love about Blookit. So here we go. The first step is to sign up through Google, and I will go through the steps as well, but I do have them on the slide just in case you forget. You sign up with Google or you sign in through Blookit.com, and then you click on Discover and type content or game that you would like to use. And then you just enter what type of game you're looking for. And then you click on host, and then you click on what type of game you want to play. And then you click on host a game. And then you click on the time that you want to do it. And there's different types of games. Some games don't have times. It has like sessions, or it has like there's one where they compete against each other, and every time there's a new round, they compete against another student. And I would like to do that with the basic facts or with the spelling words, and to find the words that were spelled correctly. So it was a lot of gaming, but learning at the same time. And then it'll give you a code. So every time that you do create a game, you play a new game, it gives you a code to give to the kids, and you can give them the link through the stream so they can play. So teachers are able to view the student's performance as a class or an individual. So if you Google it, it's spelled Blooket, and then you press enter, and it's this one right here. So once you are here, you go to log in or sign up. I'm already a member, so I'm gonna log in. And this is free. My version is free, but there are, you can upgrade plus, and it's not that expensive if you want to do that. These are some of the games that I've created. I know that when I taught fourth grade, sometimes the questions like would be very similar between area and perimeter. So I made games with area and perimeter, the play and the drama. So I've done different games like for my campus, and the kids have loved it. So let's go to Discover and let's search up a topic that a teacher teaches, for example, common and proper nouns. So one thing you do need to look for is that different people or individuals make these games. So you do need to see the content that is being used in the game. So what is a correct example of a common noun? So then here, computer's a common noun. These are proper nouns. So this is the answer. So if you like this game, then you go to host. And then here's the view where you get to click on what game you want to play. Usually the students like to battle royale. That's where they battle each other. They like Gold Quest, and another popular one is Crypto Hack. So then you click on whichever game you want to play. Let's do the Gold Quest, and then you press host. And then here you put how much time you want to play. If you want to play 2 minutes, 1 minute, whatever it is, you click on here, and then you press host now. So then it gives you the code. So here you can copy and paste the code, copy the link, and you can put it on the student's Google Classroom link. And then so sometimes it will pop up and it'll go directly to the game, but sometimes they'll have to type this in, and then they have to type their name. I always had them type their name. Very few times, like when I do surveys with teachers, or I do some icebreakers with teachers, I will do I would tell them to put a different name in, like not to put their own, just so it could be in like privacy. And when the game is over, you get the history, you get the data here. So for example, if I click on one of these, it'll show like the name of the students and how they did. And then it'll tell you who is struggling, who's not struggling. Like it'll give you a grade, like a percentage, and you can even use that. Like you can use questions from assessments as well. It doesn't even have to be like just to like check for gaming. It could be vocabulary, like it could be like a grade that you put for your grade book. I've done a lot. I think I have pages and pages of these. There's also trivia. I remembered that I had done some trivia with the kids also for Christmas, for Thanksgiving, and I told them if you come in the day before they go on vacation, like we'll play a Blookit game on trivia for Christmas or for Thanksgiving, just to bring up my attendance, because I noticed that sometimes when there was a major holiday, they would be absent the day before. So it was like fun things for them. But it's very helpful. I love the data. I love everything that it has on there. And I love that the teachers can use that as a tool, to progress monitor their kids for science, social studies, math, and the kids like it. I even use it for grammar. I did the compound sentences, and they can be created as well. So let's say you go through the material and you don't like what you see and you want to create your own. So if you want to create your own, you press create, and you can put an image here, whatever image you want, and you can title it, like let's say multiplication. And you can make it public, or you can just keep it for yourself. You can just do it private. I'm gonna do it private because I'm not gonna publish it. And then you're gonna do manual, and then you can create, add a question and then you start the question. It's very similar to Kahoot. So you put your question and whichever one your answer is, you have to click on the little arrow. And then you press save and then you go to the next question and so on. So I like that it's free and that, you know, that the kids love it, especially the older kids, the ones that can really like manipulate the buttons. You know, it's a little bit more difficult with the younger kids, but the kids learn from it. Thank you.
Thank you, Susanna. Another fun site, and everybody likes a little competition as well. That helps the motivation. So awesome. Thank you so much. If anybody has questions, just go ahead and feel free to put them in the chat and we'll get those answered for you. And before I introduce our last presenter, I do want to remind you to go and sign in on the PD system to make sure you qualify for the door prizes at the end. And the link is in the chat there. So last but not least, we have Jacqueline Elizondo, and she is going to be going over Figjam. This is kind of newer to us, a little replacement for Jamboard. So Jacqueline, take it away.
Hello, everyone. So as Debbie mentioned, I will be going over Figjam, and it is an alternative to Jamboard, which to my disappointment, I'm so sad that it's leaving because I was so used to Jamboard already, and my students were already into it. But let me go ahead and share my screen. So Figjam is a digital whiteboard purpose-built for online collaboration. It's customizable to fit any use case and integrated with the tools you love. And it's great for collaborating with students. Like I mentioned, I personally really liked using Jamboard for entry and exit tickets, and the students also really liked it. Now we have Figjam, and this is, like I mentioned, a digital whiteboard tool, right? And you can collaborate with it. Let's see. And then as you can see here, it's great for entry tickets. It keeps students engaged. Students love to stamp their sticky notes, right, with their initials. And then I tend to like stamp like responses, complete responses with like a star. So yes, but let me go ahead and show you. This is the website. It's figma.com/figjam/. And once you log in with Google, you will be taken to this website. And from here, I use the purple one. So it's the Figjam board, and it takes you to this whiteboard. And here it's where you are able to customize, kind of make it look like, what's it called? Like Jamboard, right? So you have your sticky notes, your shapes, your marker pencils, text, sections, tables, the stamps I was mentioning, and it gives them a variety of it. And you can also search up stickers and different types of templates, widgets, plugins, and more. I just want to say, preface this by saying like I'm still playing with it, figuring it out, and the students seem to love it. But right now I'm keeping it very simple with them. So when I create it, and again, it gives you a variety of options that you can choose. What I like to do is I will select the sticky note, make it and ask, for example, an entry or an exit ticket question, maybe what makes an information, or what are some characteristics of an informational text? And then as you can see here, like when you create it, it will put your name down on here, and then you're able to add more sticky notes. I tend to have my students by number. So I will go ahead and number these 1 through, let's say 1 through 20, but right now, for the sake of time, I'm just gonna do a couple of them like this. And again, the kids are able to, once they log in, right, they're able to change the color, personalize their own sticky notes. And once they start typing, they will be able, you will, because they will have to sign in through with Google as well, and it will automatically put their name here. So it would change from yours to theirs. And my kiddos were struggling trying to type because they had the little hand tool, and the hand tool just allows them to move the actual collaboration whiteboard, the whole thing. It won't let them actually type. They would have to have the little cursor, the select V tool, to be able to type into their sticky note. And once they type in whatever it is they're going to type, I tend to let them stamp their work with their initial, right? And then they could just stamp it. And you as a teacher, depending on how they answered or something, you could like give them a star or 2 stars, 3 stars, depending on how you want to rate them, right? And it's pretty neat. I just want to show you mine. So you would go back to files, and then what I like about it is that you can put your whole weeks in here. And as you can see, like it's a lot of space. And you're at the beginning, your kids who might be struggling, I teach 3rd grade, and it was a lot of redirection and trying to get them to just stay on yours. But if you have used Jamboard before, they tend, and use this type of format, they tend to already know, okay, I'm just gonna stick to my number, my sticky note, and I will do it on my own, right? So this was like, make your prediction about the story for the week, and they were able to complete their responses on here. And again, like as you can see here, they were able to stamp it, and we would stamp, the teacher would stamp, or in my case me, I would stamp their little sticky note, and they really like it. They get engaged. And you can see here their names, like on the first one, we were trying to figure it out. So their name on some of them, they weren't coming out, like right here. But once we figured it out this next time, they were able to, you can see here that it has their names, and they're able to type, and they really like it. If I go back to my files, let me just show you. So for example, this untitled one, right? We would name it, you could title it right here. And then when you share it, what I like to do to share it is I like to copy the link, but you have to make sure that it's on can edit. And then I tend to put anyone with the link just so that I avoid any, so that nobody in my classroom is not able to log in, like they will be able to log in. Then I copy the link, I go to my Google Classroom, and I tend to put it on the stream just so that it automatically appears already for them, and post it. And then the kids already know, like, okay, log on to the stream. We're going to do our entry ticket, or we're going to do our exit ticket. And for the most part, the kids are pretty good about it. And like, if it's your first time, there's kiddos that will pick it up right away. So it's pretty neat. Again, like I'm barely learning it. It's like a learning curve, but for the most part, it's very similar to Jamboard. But what I like about it is that it has more options for you to use, more settings for you guys to add to it. And there's like different templates you can also use, tables, sections you can add to it. And you can also use it to brainstorm. I haven't yet added it or used it for that yet, but like in 3rd grade, like they're being introduced to like different types of writing, maybe having them work in groups, right? And then they can collaborate within this platform, and the group can like you brainstorm over like what they want to write about as a group, right? So I think it's a pretty neat platform, but we just have to learn it. It is free for to use this particular what was it called? The Figjam. They're free, there's no limit to it. But if you try to do design file, there is a limit, and like there's different plans. But if you stay on the free side, the Fig Jamboard, it's completely free, from what I've noticed. Then there's also, if you are previously used Jamboard, you're not able to upload them yet, but there is going to be a feature that's going to allow you to import your Jamboards, because right now it's just it just lets you import from your PC or your computer. So I think they're working on, from what I saw on their website, they're working on making you be able to import your Jamboards onto Figjam. So if there's no questions, like I said, I'm barely learning it. So if there's no questions, yes, thank you.
Thank you, Jacqueline. I like Figjam. It has a lot of tools in there that you just have to kind of dive in and start using them. I did put a link in the chat for the link to sign up for the free educator account. That's in there. And I will also add a couple links to some trainings that were available through Eric Kurtz. He had some online trainings, and they're now on his blog. So you can actually watch, and it shows like how to use a lot of the tools in there. And I liked when I was watching the video, the presenter was saying it's like Mary Poppins bag. It just more and more tools keep popping out. So, of course, we're not going to learn them unless we try and just, get in there and use them. So thank you. And I like that you showed our student examples and how students are using it. It's awesome. So thank you to everyone today who came and learned with us. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. We can just finish up. Let me get this thing out of the way here. Get on the right tool. We do have some upcoming sessions. And next week we have Mastering SIF Strategies on Tuesday. And then we have on Wednesday, this session is actually going to be moved because it's during a Thanksgiving luncheon that we have, but it will be coming up. And then we have our unmute and recharge session for secondary, but you're all welcome to come if it fits. I know it's kind of earlier in the day, but if you're able to come, sometimes those tools work as well. So that's coming up next week. And just follow us on our Intech This Week. It gets emailed out every Monday. Valentine, Marco, or myself email that out, and you're able to see what's going on that week in tech. These are all of our social media outlets. We have a website that you can go to that has our tools and showcases some of the stuff that we're doing around. So let me bring in our wheel of names.
I'm going to stop the recording there.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for attending.